this edition of Mesquite Survivor Man / Treasure Man Father's Day edition, special edition, 2016 Father's Day. So what more better way to enjoy my time off and all, but to give a tribute to the fathers that we have known down through the years, to my own father, my sons who have become fathers and excellent fathers. But I'm going to be going out on an expedition here in a little bit. Ford expedition. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm in my secret lair right now. Y'all take a look around. Yeah, nobody's ever been in here. Well, somebody's been in here because somebody hung all this stuff up. But anyway, so I'm going to be taking my Garrett Ace 250 with me today. But first, I want to tell you guys a little bit about Father's Day and salute a few of our well-known fathers down through the ages and our founding fathers and all. You know, it was told, and everybody knows Chuck Norris, but, you know, it was told by Chuck Norris's daddy. Chuck Norris was born in 1940. And when he was born, he spanked the doctor until the doctor cried. And that's true. That's what his daddy said. And it's rumored that around when Chuck was 5 years old in the fall of 1945, Chuck's daddy, Chuck Sr., he wrote a letter to Dwight D. Eisenhower and told him that they were thinking about taking a trip to Germany. And it was shortly thereafter that Hitler killed himself. Coincidence? I don't think so. You know, sorry, I'm back. My phone was ringing. It was Uncle Robert. Anyway, what I was saying is there's a lot of fathers, famous fathers, and Chuck Norris is one of them. And he's a good conservative guy. And there's Chuck Woolery. You know, he used to be on the dating game. He follows me on Twitter, which is another thing is Chuck Norris, he don't follow anybody on Twitter. Twitter follows him. That's just, and that's how we as fathers should be. We should be tough, you know, and you know, be able to take up for ourselves and fend for ourselves and everything else and fend for our families, you know, by whatever means. So, you know, I was thinking about different Chucks down through the ages, you know, Chuck Woolery, Chuck Norris, Chuck E. Cheese, you know, he's a good conservative. You know, you got to be conservative, you know, capitalism. But anyway, and there were a lot of famous founding fathers. Like there was Chuck Abraham Lincoln. He said 77 years is about how long I can hold my breath underwater. And then there was Chuck, what's his name? Chuck Trick Henry. He said, "Give me liberty, or I'll punch you side your face." Yep, those are famous Chucks. And you know, like I said before, my sons, they're fathers now. You know, Little John and Chris and Michael's fixing to be a father. You know, I got Sean, my son-in-law, and my son-in-law Jacob. You know, they're all fathers, and you know, my father, my daddy, I call him Daddy. Never called him Dad. I always called him Daddy. Kind of a term of endearment. You know, my daddy, he died tragically of a tragic disease, Alzheimer's. But you know that even though in the throes of that horrible disease, he still kept a sense of humor. I remember going over to visit him, and we were sitting down watching TV, and he looked at me and said, "Son, you know, the only good thing about this Alzheimer's is I never have to watch reruns, because every show is new." And that was funny. And he was able to keep his sense of humor, which relaxed everything, and it was good. And but now Daddy said, "Did you step on a frog? You better watch out, because that means he farted." Or if he said something like, "Is that you spoke or a fence rail broke?" You better look out, because It's coming up. But anyway, my daddy was something special. He was awesome. And, I know him and all his buddies are having a good time in heaven right now. And, we just lost Candy's daddy, Terry. Terry was something else. He was a good guy, a good heart, But so on this Father's Day, like I said, I'm going to go out on an adventure here in a little bit. I think my kids are going to come by and see me, some of them. I'm going to go by and see some of them. I've already been by and seen some of them. But anyway, so what I'm going to show you right now, this is an interesting part. I've got, I don't know what I just did with it. Anyway, my Garrett Ace 250. My brother-in-law Robert surprised me with this for my birthday. This is an awesome machine. Now, I'm going to show you something with this machine. Now, you can turn it on. You can adjust the sensitivity on it, which adjusts the depth, how far it picks up. But the really good part is you can go to different modes. I don't know if you can see this good enough on that. There we go. You can go, this is jewelry mode, which picks up all the high tones. You got all metal, which picks up every kind of metal. You got coins, which eliminates pop tops and aluminum foil and stuff like that. And then you've got a custom setting. Now, on this thing, it's really interesting because you can go over and you can eliminate different things. So say you were just interested in finding gold. So you would go through and set, this is the gold range right here. This is for more pure gold, and this is for more of the different, with the different, what do you call it in it? Mixtures of metals. So you're going to get a ring that's going to ring up, like a 10 karat ring is going to ring up in between here and so on and so forth, the lower. And that's one of the bad things about metal detecting is the lower you get on the scale, you get gold, but you also get junk. So you can set it to whatever, or you can go over and eliminate out all these low settings, and you can go over and just hit the silver settings, see? And you'll just pick up stuff that's more than likely a coin. Now, the other good thing on this thing is it has a pinpointer. So, see, there's a joist or something in the floor here. And as you get closer to it, the signal picks up, see? And further away, you just hit that button. But anyway, see, I'm set on high tone. So as I'm sweeping across, it's picking up metal, but it's not alerting me to it. Now this is aluminum, so let's see. It's picking up just below it. So if I add that back, I'll show y'all. If I add aluminum back to it, let's see. See? Now, when you're out hunting and you're sweeping back and forth, you can kind of tell from the tones if it's a coin or not, because if you're sweeping and you get a long tone, that means it's pretty big. If it's a long high tone, then it's probably a can. But if it's a long, if it's a short boom, 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 like boom, 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 it's probably going to be a coin. So there's a lot of interesting things, and it's got this oblong coil, which it picks up everything about in here. So if you're going boom, 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 you know it's in between there. Okay. So I've also got my sweep tape. It's kind of nasty because I've been hunting in the mud, man. I've fixed this doodad up, man. I've braced everything. I've done everything. I've got my little digging knife, a hoary knife. I've got my little mag light hooked to this. Let's turn it off, save some battery. Oh, that's another good thing about this. Man, I've had the same batteries in here, and it's still almost full. You see that? That's the battery indicator. It's almost full still. So, it's pretty good on batteries. So what I'm going to do is I found an old ancient Indian village. Now, I know what you're saying. how could you have found that? Well, what I did was I overlaid some maps of current days, and I've overlaid some maps of the 1850s, and I've come across and cut across and deducted, and I used the algebra that they said we'd never use in school, and I've come up with this thing, and I kind of know where it's at, and I'm gonna try and head over that way here in just a little bit. But so it's exciting. You know, Indians, you know, they could have had, you know, pottery, gold, silver, beads, stuff like that. So I'm able to find a lot of stuff, people. But anyway, so this special Father's Day edition, you know, we can't not give out the praise that we need to our Father in heaven. You know, He keeps us, and we should use what He does as an example for how we treat our children. You know, He gives us the things we need. He doesn't just lay down and let us do whatever we want to do because it's going to hurt us. Even though we think sometimes that we need this or we need that or this should be that way, you know, He, in His providence, He makes it so it's just right. And we can't. We strive to be like Him. We can't be like Him. But we can strive to try our very best. You know, we as fathers make mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, you know, fleshly mistakes, you know, a lot of them, a lot of dumb choices. But when it's all said and done, it's all from where you're at now to where you're going. We got to get rid of that past, people. You know, don't dwell on it. Ask for forgiveness if you've done something stupid. Ask God for forgiveness. Go to the person you did something stupid to and ask them for forgiveness. And let it go, man. That's all you can do. And just do better from here forth, you know. So, with that being said, I'm going to stop this video right here. I'm going to splice it to my hunting video, my searching video of this old African village, you know. And, Indian village. They were African Indians, I believe. They was African Indians, or maybe it was Indonesians. It was something. It was an old village, and so we're gonna tackle that. We're gonna get there. It's probably gonna be fun and exciting, and of course, I'm gonna have humor. I'm gonna have trivia. I'm gonna have excitement. It's gonna be a trifecta of just riveting excitement. So, y'all come along with me. Let's go. Do 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 do.